I'm Chris Berman. Got a lot of games to cover. Let's get at it. In our first game this week, we had the Cardinals edge their way to a narrow 3-point win. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Mark Campbell is probably the one that most leaps out at you. Doctors confirming the worst this week, a torn hamstring. And that'll put him out for the rest of the regular season. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own MASH unit. Joey Galloway sticks out on this list as one of the more costly injuries. Doctors confirming the worst this week, a torn hamstring. And that'll put him out for the rest of the regular season. There's a chance, however, they'll get him back for the playoffs. Now, on to even bigger news, as you may have already heard. Steve Hutchinson is officially on injured reserve. He'll miss the season, and of all the places you hate to lose established players, the offensive line has to be the worst. Now the big story of the day. Tony Parrish will be on the sidelines for a while, and that is not good news for his club. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
The Buccaneers lost this one and will now fall to third place in the NFC South. Ashley Lilly stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. Eagles, Redskins. James Thrash came up with a big play as he was able to pull this one in. The Eagles go on to win this by the final score of 31-24. In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Packers pick up their 8th win of the year. Eric Bickerstaff had over 50 yards receiving and helped his Cowboys beat the Saints. Up in historical New England, we had the Patriots come away with a decisive 10-point win. Raiders, Falcons. Michael Vick is calling the signals at the 28-yard line. Will they go safe? Pocket forms beautifully. Lob. Nice in stride touchdown. The Falcons win this one by the final score of 28-14. We had an interesting free agency pickup of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris. Let's switch gears and talk about players that'll have new homes in the National Football League, as free agency continues to play such a huge role in determining a team's makeup. Dwan Edwards is on the move, as you see, as he accepts a pretty good offer to leave his current club. 5 years, $5.8 million, plus a $1.7 million signing bonus. Kurt Kittner will have a new place to call home as he accepts a new contract. 2 years, $1.3 million.
Down in Reliant Stadium, we had the Texans get sent home with a 14-point loss. The Jets booted in 3 field goals in their victory at Heinz Field. Browns, Bills. Travis Henry is in the backfield at the 37-yard line, gets the pitch, spins right there, whoop! And then at the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, touchdown! The Bills go on to win this by the final score of 13-7. The Bears won on the road and will now head home to meet the Texans. The Titans won this contest but will stay at the first place in the AFC South. Corey Chavis played well despite the loss and showed us why he's ranked up at the top of the league. Rams, Panthers. Stephen Davis is in his own territory, would like to get his team out to the midfield stripe. Takes the pitch, goes off right tackle, bursts through the hole. Look at him go! The 20, the 10, touchdown! 62 yards. The Panthers win this one by the final score of 34-20. And last but not least, we had the Ravens come away victorious.
All right, Boomer, thanks. Time to check out our playoff races now, as December is officially upon us. Let's start it out with a look at the AFC. And now, checking things out over in the NFC playoff race. So that's how we stand to this point. Still lots of jockeying left to go as we get this thing sorted out for January. So that'll do it from here. Boomer, we send it back over to you.
That'll do it here for Pivotal Week 14. Things ought to get very interesting over the next 3 weeks, huh? Before we go, my prime-time players' game balls go out to a few gentlemen that are pushing their teams toward the playoffs. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.